What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. In our last video, our first video of 2023, I mentioned we flew out to Montpellier in France to visit our close friends and spend New Year's with them. But while we were there, we also did a mini Funko Pop Hunt in the city. So let's check out what we found. So the very first store we hit up was FNAC, or Fnac is how I was told it was pronounced, and the first thing I found right as I walked in was this common kurama. It's not too difficult to get hold of these days, but you really don't see it in UK stores. They then had a bunch of these deluxe 10-inch albums, comic covers, as you guys can see here, all piled up, and to the left was their main Funko Pop section, which, to be perfectly honest, they didn't have anything like crazy, anything too new. I did think that they had some of the new Valentine's pops, but it actually wasn't. It was the previous wave, and then they had some of these like snowmen Star Wars. I still don't really know what I think about those. They had those San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, America Chavez and Scarlet Scarab, which I think were exclusive to FNAC or Fnac in France. We saw that Kurapika there. You don't actually see that too often in stores, but they have this massive anime section, and anime is incredibly popular in France. I didn't realize it was that popular. I did actually look in behind to see if they had any Chase Lux. They didn't. I am like watching Black Clover now, thoroughly enjoying it, about 35 episodes in. I also saw this formal Levi, which I thought was a little bit weird because it didn't have any sticker, even though it is an exclusive. Then next up, pardon me, actually I forgot about these. I found some Naruto Playmobil figures. I didn't even know these existed, but I found them in the back of the store and thought they were pretty cool. They didn't actually have like Naruto, Sasuke, or some of the other sort of main-ish characters, but we did find them again in another store later on, but I didn't film it. Nothing there on the back as well. That's what I was looking for, to see if they did have any other characters on the back. And then the next store we hit up was this store called Game, which was spelled G4ME. They did have this Funko Pop section, which was full of anime, but again, nothing like crazy, nothing too new, to be perfectly honest. They did have, again, this Kurama, the common Kurama, as you guys can see there. But what I did think was crazy, what I did think was awesome, were these anime displays they had for various animes with Funko Pop statues, etc. This one, Hunter x Hunter. They had Demon Slayer here by the side. On the other side, they did have Jujutsu Kaisen, as well as My Hero Academia, but they were very close to the counter. And as my French is kind of limited to like bonjour, merci, oui, au revoir, I didn't really ask for permission to film, so I didn't film that, but I did film this Naruto case in the back. So awesome, this Kakashi statue. I have seen it on BAM Collectibles channel before. I think it was made by Cloud Studios. They did a whole like Hokage line, but yeah, just so cool. They had this One Piece display here in the back again with tons of cool statues. I have started my One Piece journey if you're interested. I'm about 40 episodes in. We did then hit up this other comic book store, which was very similar to Forbidden Planet. I can't remember what it was called though. I think it was like Planet I don't even know how you pronounce it, but they had some really cool Star Wars stuff. That Darth Vader bust there, Wolverine bust, tons of like Star Wars, Marvel, DC busts and statues, Buffy as you saw there, Superman versus the Flash in a race, like Back to the Future, tons more Star Wars stuff. There's a little cameo from the Professor admiring something, Han Solo there in Carbonite, very cool. And then they did also have this big Slimer in the corner, absolutely epic. And the final store we hit up was Micromania, which is actually Gamestop in France. It's the name of Gamestop in France, where they had a few like the Crash Bandicoot game cover, which I hadn't actually seen in person, a couple of comic book covers. They had that full pack of Demon Slayer, where it is only Zenitsu which glows, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it kind of is what it is. We've been seeing Funko doing this a lot. Some of the new Black Panther Wakanda Forever, pardon me, figures there. Some of the Pride figures. I did actually notice this Ellen Ripley. You don't see this in the UK at all anymore. I actually thought it was out of stock or like vaulted. Some of the Hogsmeade Harry Potter sets. Aaron Hardened, the Red Saber series Star Wars at the top, Black Adam there on the throne. But the one thing that I did spot were the GameStop exclusive Mandalorian boxes, which you can't get here in the UK, so I had to grab them. And because I knew I had limited space in my suitcase to get these back, I decided to open them up in France, and then I was gonna like pack them down or try and make room to bring both of them. So I wanted to see what I got as well. So we opened them up. It was actually really difficult to like film with one hand, open with the other, to be perfectly honest, especially because I didn't have any of like tripods or anything like that. And as you guys can see here, we got Paz Vizsla as well as the Death Watch Mandalorian with no stripes in this box, where we also had like a badge, an emblem, a sticker of Grogu, a patch there of the Razor Crest, pardon me, as well. There's a quick look at Paz Vizsla as well as the Death Watch Mandalorian, but we're going to take closer looks at that in just a second. And then the second box, Yeah, sadly guys, little bit of a drum roll as I tried to build up some anticipation here. We got the exact same box, which is a disappointment, but it is what it is. These are still like, essentially like mystery boxes slash blind boxes, so yeah, bit disappointing. So as I said, and as you saw, we got two of the same box. A bit disappointing, but again, it is what it is. I thought I'd show these off in a little bit more detail though for you guys. So also, as I said, I could only bring one box home with me. So we did get this pin. I was trying to think what it is. It's obviously like an emblem of some kind, right? I'm not too sure though. Galactic Empire, Bounty Hunter. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments section below. Just throw that down there. We got the very cute Grogu sticker there as well with the cup that is, well, I guess it is a sticker of the Funko Pop, right? You can get that Funko Pop. And then we also have the iron-on badge here of the Razor Crest, which I guess is no more, right? I don't know if that's... You guys see that? Is that going into focus there now? Yeah, I think that's a bit better there for you guys. Still pretty cool. And then, of course, we have the two Funko Pops. I guess we'll start with the Death Watch Mandalorian, then with no stripes. Let me show that off to you right there with that GameStop exclusive sticker, which, let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of that? I mean, it's not new anymore, right? It's been around for a few years now, but it's so boring compared to the last one. I was wondering if we might get like some Micromania stickers because I have seen, we didn't see any in the footage and I didn't see any in the stores, but I have actually seen specific Micromania stickers before. If you guys did want to check out the back, it is really just all the characters from the previous wave. I'm sure we'll get new ones when the Mandalorian debuts. Well, I say debut, like the third season comes out. March, I think, right? I think that's when it's coming out. We're getting all new Book of Boba Fett Funko Pops finally. But yeah, the Death Watch Mandalorian with no stripes. There's been a few of these, have there not? Or was it like heavy inventory? I haven't been through my Mandalorian collection in quite a while. I was really surprised and like happy when I saw that they were releasing these boxes because I love the Mandalorian. I think it's one of the best shows on television. Certainly, I like in terms of like what Disney have done, in terms of like the MCU styles, etc. I think it's the best product they've like put out there. But yeah, I do feel that this figure, or like variants of this figure, or like I said, heavy inventory, etc, etc, kind of like they already have Funko Pops, but I haven't been through my Mandalorian collection in quite a while, so I'm not too sure what I do own, what I don't own, because I feel there was someone with stripes, something with no stripes, etc, and this is now Death Watch Mandalorian, no stripes. Pretty cool though, like, you know, shooting up into the sky with that jetpack, with that propulsion. Star Wars base, we've seen that like propulsion base on quite a few figures, especially like with the Mandalorian, with Boba Fett, etc. Holding that blaster rifle as well. Yeah, pretty cool. I just kind of feel these two in this box were like the two, I don't want to say lesser ones, but they were like the ones that people didn't necessarily, well, maybe that's a bit unfair again, because Paz Vizsla is actually, you know, quite a popular character. I was reading up on him. I actually didn't even know that Jon Favreau actually voiced the character, you know, in, well, say in the first season, yes, in the first season, but also in the Book of Boba Fett, and it was actually played by, I can't remember the dude's name, he's like a martial artist or something, who actually wasn't going to even, like, be Paz Vizsla. He was just going to be in a bar fight with the Mandalorian, he was in the bar fight with the Mandalorian in the very first episode, the very first chapter, and then he was given the role of, like, the physical portrayal of Paz Vizsla. Also, another interesting thing that they, I read that they actually spelt his name wrong, because he wasn't named when he appeared. I think it was in chapter 3 first of all, right? And they he didn't like have a name, but he did have a name in the credits, but they spelled it wrong. They actually missed out the S, so it was just Vizla, and then they corrected that in the Book of Boba Fett when he had that fight over the Darksaber. But yeah, again, a pretty cool figure. I was surprised he was like very popular. I was reading up about it, like he's quite a fan favorite character supposedly, but yeah, I was like, he doesn't really have much screen time, so that's quite impressive to be like a fan favorite character without a lot of screen time. But yeah, I was wondering, is this from the battle with the Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett? He has that knife. I mean, it's been so long since I've seen the Mandalorian. I can't wait for season 3 finally to drop. But yeah, I suppose Book of Boba Fett was like just over a year ago, but yeah, if you guys watch me, and I've got the memory of a goldfish, to be perfectly honest. I used to have a great memory, but now I consume far too much media to remember everything. But he's got that knife, almost like in a fighting style stance, so yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe it is from that fight with the Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett, but let me actually just show the box off to you guys as well, because I didn't. It does actually still have like the Mandalorian like imagery and whatnot, you know, the style at the top there of the box. That's kind of from the Mandalorian, as opposed to the Book of Boba Fett, which I think was more like green and whatnot. Again, if you guys did want to see the back, it is just that previous wave of Mandalorian Funko Pops. And well, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. A short and sweet Funko Pop hunt in another country. Whenever I visit another country, I love to do a little Funko Pop hunt to find things that we can't here in the UK. And we did find these 2 GameStop exclusive boxes for the Mandalorian. Shame I just got the double, which would be pretty good in sports, but not when it comes to Funko Pop hunting. But yeah, guys, first and foremost, let me thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give us a thumbs up, drop some comments below. If you guys have picked up these boxes, which Funko Pops did you pull? And as always, we've got plenty more content on the way for you guys. In terms of Funko Pops, I have received a ton of Funko Pop parcels over the last few weeks. We will be getting through all of those within the next week or two. We are continuing our series of Naruto Kaiju unboxings. We're beginning wave 4 in tomorrow's video. We've also received a ton of Star Wars goodies over the last few weeks as well. We can't wait to get into those and share them with you as well. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that and more. What is the easiest way to stay tuned, you ask? It's very simple. Subscribe, hit click, smash that subscribe button and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out.